What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and there is something really interesting going on over in Russia right now. I'm not sure how many of you all know what the Wagner Group is, or the Wagner Group. Depending on where you come from, you may call it something different. You know, I'm from the South, so we'll call it the Wagners. But some people may call it the Wagners, the Wagners Group. But anyway, the Wagner Group is basically this private military group of, to put it in a way where anyone can understand, it's kind of like a private military group of mercenaries that often works alongside Russia. Let's say Russia has a problem down in the Middle East. Sometimes instead of sending their official military, they'll send in the Wagner Group to wreak havoc really quickly, and then that way they have a certain level of deniability. Like, hey, it's the Wagner Group. This has nothing to do with Putin, okay? So that's basically how they use the Wagner Group. The Wagner Group has been fighting Ukraine in certain areas of Ukraine, and it's one of the biggest private military groups in the world. They recruit people all over the world. I think just yesterday I saw a video of them recruiting people in Africa. And they're constantly involved in little skirmishes and all types of stuff going on all around the world. Well, on June 23rd, exactly 2 months ago, the Wagner chief, Progozhin, I struggle with pronouncing these names, but Progozhin, he basically tried to stage a coup against Russia. He staged a rebellion against Russia's top generals, and he was marching to Russia's capital. And then I guess along the way they worked things out, and Prigozhin and his people, they went to Belarus, right? Well, I knew off the rip, from the jump, right from the beginning, I knew that Putin was not going to let this guy live. You don't stand up to Putin and live. And if you do survive it, you're surviving it in prison. Either you're going to go to jail or you're going to fall out of a window. That's what happens to politicians in Russia. They fall out of windows. If you don't support Putin, you're probably going to wind up falling out of a window. Well, Prigozhin, he led a whole rebellion against Putin, basically. And I was wondering what was taking so long. They worked out a deal, and some people, I guess, believed that Putin was going to allow Prigozhin to survive and to live on, and he would still use him in the Wagner Group, in his little escapades throughout the world. Well. So here we are. It is August 23rd, exactly 2 months since this rebellion, and Prigozhin's plane just fell out of the sky in Russia. As of right now, things may change by the time you're watching this video. This is a breaking news story. I sat down to record this video like 2 minutes after the news broke. A plane just crashed. It crashed in Russia. Prigozhin is believed to be on board that plane. It's not 100% necessarily confirmed yet, but Russian media outlets are confirming that he was aboard the plane and that he's dead. Now, the story is that the plane just crashed. It's just an innocent plane crash. But I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure Putin was like, all right, we gave this dude 2 months. Let's go ahead and just blow this dude out of the sky. There's already video of the plane falling out of the sky. It looks like it got shot down, in my opinion. I'm no expert, though, so other people will probably have different opinions. I'm not so sure. It looks like it got shot out of the sky, and you're not going to convince me that a random accident happened to this dude 2 months to the day after he staged this rebellion. I'm pretty sure they went ahead and took the dude out. Well, let's go ahead and look at a little clip of the plane crash, and let's see what the media is reporting, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Пиздец, это беспилотник. Сбили, бабахнуло 2 раза, взорвалось, падает. Ты посмотри, падает. Где, блядь, бабахнет? Куда упал? Вон тут куски летят. Где-то, блядь, упал. Хуя дым пошел какой. А там вон куски летят еще. Смотри, какой клуб. Поднимается. Пиздец. Меня аж трясет. Охуеть. Где это? Блядь, не видать нихуя. Вон. Около фермы. Горим. Не пойму, у фермы нет.
Fox News alert now. Russian state media is now claiming that Wagner Group chief Progozhin has been killed in a plane crash in a flight from Moscow to St. Petersburg. Florida Republican Congressman Michael Waltz sits on the House Armed Services and Foreign Affairs Committee. He'll join us with reaction in just a moment. But first, let's get to the news with Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin. She's live at the Pentagon as we learn the details here, Jennifer. What exactly do we know about this at this point?
Well, Sandra, what we know is from the official news agency TASS, which says that a private plane carrying 10 people on board, and among those people, Yevgeny Prigozhin, who was long known as Putin's chef, the head of the Wagner Group, who attempted a coup against Vladimir Putin over a month ago. He was on board. The plane crashed near Tver, which is northwest of Moscow. It was en route to St. Petersburg. There is some video evidence that has appeared on Telegram and on Twitter suggesting that a Russian air defense system may have shot down the private jet and that Prigozhin was on board. We're seeing now news from other Russian news sources. This is really no surprise, Sandra. Nobody expected Yevgeny Prigozhin to survive very long after attempting that coup against Vladimir Putin. In some ways, it's surprising he lived as long as he did.
So yeah, I doubt that they will ever report the truth. But come on, folks, come on. We know what happened here. Dude stood up to Putin, and he had to get put down. They waited a couple of months. I'll give him that. I thought that he would have died sooner. I thought that he would have fell off an escalator or fell out of a window somewhere sooner, but no. They were like, hey, we're going to wait a couple of months. And it's funny because it's to the day. August 23rd, the rebellion started on June 23rd. Out of there. Out of there. They blew that dude out of the sky. I don't care what anyone says. But I wonder what's going to come of this. Are there going to be factions of soldiers who were loyal to Prigozhin, who feel some type of way about this? Will we see clashes between the Wagner Group and Russian military? I kind of doubt that will happen. I'm wondering who will take over from here. Will they be disbanded? There's going to be a lot of interesting things coming out of this. You know, when you have someone like Prigozhin dead, it leaves this empty void that needs to be filled. And unfortunately, those voids are often filled by people who are even crazier and eviler than the person who originally held those positions. So this is going to get interesting. We already know the war with Ukraine. We already know how that's going. So I'm interested in seeing how this dynamic plays out. And if anything, I'm going to find it entertaining watching the coverage of this as they still pretend that this is a plane crash. I wonder if they'll just come out and say it. I wonder if at any point they'll just come out and say it. Because it's kind of obvious. And I just really think that lying about it is just kind of like insulting. But the people of Russia, what are they going to say? You know, if they say too much, they'll end up just like him. But I just wanted to let you all know that this is what is happening right now as we speak. But let me know what you think down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.